Yes, big one this week, chaps. Big one. Big, filthy fight week. Joshua Ngannou, Parker versus Zhang, Ball versus Vargas, every other fucker on there as well. They're all out there now in Riyadh. Fuck me, I wish I was there watching the grand arrivals yesterday. It looks mustard, it does. Absolutely mustard. Turkey. Can't wait to see his face. I haven't seen him yet, but I just can't wait to see his face. Even though I see it every morning when I wake up because I've got pictures of him all over my house now. Right, so yes, boys, let's crack on, shall we? We're going to be talking about other stuff as well. Don't worry, people. 5 versus 5. Dillian White is back with the old Texas Commission. Howdy, Dillian. Great to see you got that drug fucking ban sorted, man. Jesus Christ, what is that cunt doing in Texas? Fuck off. Right, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, yeah, let's get straight into it, boys. Joshua versus Ngannou. How are we feeling? How are we feeling about it? Give it to me. Let loose, unload your clip, Kaya.
Oh, mate, it's been, you know what? It's been a right shit couple of weeks, innit, in the boxing scene. Absolute terrible. And even like last weekend, what was on last weekend? Was it Berlanga?
Raymond Ford.
I mean, no one can really remember, right? We'll talk about Ford later. That was a brilliant fight, by the way.
Well, we could. You're the only one who couldn't remember.
It was just, it's been a bit fucking dire, innit? Like, I'm a single dad, so when I didn't have my kids one weekend, any single dad listening to this will know, like, you're either going out, none of your mates are out, or you're just desperate for something decent to watch at home. And boxing was just, I mean, I watched it all. I actually ended up watching Griselda. Have you seen that? Griselda. Fucking unbelievable.
Oh, the old mafia stuff, innit?
Oh, mate, imagine coming home late from the pub and that's your missus. Sorry, darling. Fucking heads blown off. But yeah, so listen, mate, this is where it all kicks off for us. Do you know what I mean? We've had the Riyadh season. This is now like the proper season of sport coming up. You know what I mean? We've got all these fights. This kicks it off, and then you've got literally every weekend now for the next couple of months. Just action packed. You've got all the football running. So yeah, sport fans just fucking must be salivating at the moment. And I mean, I watched the Battle of the Baddest. Actually, after watching that was brilliant as well on Netflix.
That was great, wasn't it, on Netflix? Yeah. I fucking
filmmaking these days has just gone to another level. I mean, those Netflix boys are about as good as you can get in terms of filmmaking. They really get you, don't they? Fucking emotionally get you when you're watching things on there. But, you know, it made me do it. It made me go back and watch the Ngannou Fury fight. And I'm like, everyone was raving about Ngannou, but there was things in that fight when I watched it the second time. It's the only time I've seen it. Sorry, it's just, you know, I haven't watched it since, what I'm trying to say. Ngannou does a lot of things wrong in there, you know, and I'm starting to lean towards more that it was like Fury at his worst. Because Fury's a type of fighter, he's not technically sound in terms of, you know, high guard, works nicely behind the jab, doesn't give much away. He's a lateral mover, you know, silky and all that, makes you miss, make you pay. But if you get a shit Fury, it just looks 10 times worse than if you get a shit, you know, more of a sort of technical fighter. I think you know what I'm trying to say. So I'm leaning more towards it was a good performance by Ngannou, but if any elite heavyweight turns up and really is switched on, I think they beat Ngannou. So, yeah, I still gave the fight to Fury. I watched it again. I gave the fight to Fury by a round. And, yeah, I mean, it was a good performance, but Fury was terrible. It was terrible in that fight. And, I mean, I'll stop short on giving you my prediction yet because I know you all want to have your say on it. But, yeah, I mean, it's fucking, I can't wait for it, boys. Friday night. Roll on.
Yeah, man. Just on that Battle of the Baddest, did it not to you seem like Fury and Ngannou was in the pipeline the whole way along?
Well, he dragged him in the ring, didn't he, against Dillian White straight after. So, yeah, I think it was always the plan. But I just, what you said earlier as well, like the level of filmmaking, like what they're doing now, like for boxing, is unbelievable. It just shows you when you've got unlimited amount of money, like what you can create. So we're just going to get more of this. They'll probably do one for the Joshua Ngannou fight, the Fury Usyk fight. You know, Netflix, they're going to lap it up. I guarantee you've done a load of views on Netflix. So, yeah, man, I think we're in an amazing era of boxing with the Saudis involved, all these fights being put on. But not only these fights are being put on, look at the promos, look at the Netflix. Like, they're just going to bring it to another level now. Yeah, as for Fury v Ngannou.
Have you watched it again, John?
Right, so I've watched I've watched it. I've watched it about 5.
And are
6
you more
times.
like
Watched it about 5,
Ngannou
6
was really
times.
good or Fury was really bad?
Both. Both. Is a little bit of both, I think. I think that I actually think now, I gave the fight to Ngannou, then I think I said it was a draw, and now I'm slightly leaning towards Fury.
You flip
Surprise, fucking
You're a disgrace, you are.
That was a hard fight, though. It
Oh,
was, do you know what?
fuck me.
Like, it was a draw, but do you know what it was? The last round, literally Fury nicked it on the last round, but no one really done anything in the last round. And there's an argument you could have given that last round to Ngannou. It's like what you like. But I think I just went with Ngannou because he was the underdog. But yeah, like in that fight, I will say this. I watched it, and just like if you focus on the first 3 rounds in that fight, Ngannou comes out, Fury comes out and he throws that 1-2 straight away. That's to say, I'm fucking here. Here's a 1-2 from a professional boxer. Let's see how you handle that. Ngannou just shook it off. Didn't break his construct, didn't break his shape, and just kept marching forward, completely unfazed. A lot of boxers that don't really want to get hit, don't want to go to the trenches and that will rattle them. Look at Anthony Joshua against Wallin. As soon as he tasted that 1-2 on the back foot, and that was all she wrote. So that was the first little test, and I think Fury thought, all right, okay, that didn't really work. Then after, they're sort of jockeying around a little bit. He throws another punch, Fury. He falls in. Then when he falls in, he couldn't really hold Ngannou. So in the pocket with Ngannou, if you don't know where the fuck you are, that is a very dangerous place to be. Because Ngannou, he will throw, and if he catches you, you're out of there. Very uncomfortable. Fury was there. He sort of unraveled and then sort of pushed him away and sort of got out. He didn't look like he liked that, right? Then the next thing I see, the 3 things, is as they were sort of trying to get their range, Ngannou from the outside, he just floated in with a high guard blocking like any chance of getting a hook, comes in with a high guard and just throws a 1-2. But I thought to myself, that was quite quick. I didn't think he was going to be as quick as that, just from the outside in. And I think he's a UFC fighter, the top of his game. He ain't a fucking YouTuber. He knows how to fight. He's got good balance. And he's got decent feet, like as in going in and going out. Has he got all this lateral movement, moving awkward around the ring like Tyson Fury? No. But those 3 things, I think all of a sudden Tyson Fury's thinking to himself, like, fucking hell, I've got to try and figure this out. Then before he knew it, he got caught, fell in over a shot, and then he got caught. But do you know what it is? It's just, he literally did not know what to do, how to deal with him. And like, that moved that way. Like, he couldn't deal with the inside game. Couldn't deal with him coming at him. He weren't fucking reacting to his shots. I don't know. But this is the problem that Anthony Joshua's going to be faced with. For me, if I'm looking at Anthony Joshua, stick your fucking jab in his face, move around the ring. Do not go into that pocket. If you go into that pocket, you're in fucking mortal danger there. Keep on the outside, keep the jab in his face, keep him turning, keep him moving. He can do that all night and he can get a victory, in my opinion, Anthony Joshua. But I think Tyson Fury was under pressure to look good. You shouldn't be like this against Ngannou. I don't think the same pressure's on Anthony Joshua now in
that's
this
the
fight.
thing, isn't it? How does Anthony Joshua fight? Because, yes, I think we can all say it's probably going to be a clear 12-round decision if he goes in there and just boxes and moves.
10 rounds, I think.
It's going to be easy for him. 10 rounds, sorry,
Yeah.
10-round decision. It's going to be piece of piss. If he goes in there, just jabs and moves and uses his boxing skills, Ngannou won't be able to live with him. But this kind of Joshua 10.0 or whatever, and the way he's talking, like, oh, everyone's put down Fury, I beat up all Fury's opponents. Is he going to go in there and try and absolutely clean out Ngannou? So that's yet to be determined. You'll know in the first couple of rounds. For me, I'm like, I don't know if I've got caught up in this. You know, when McGregor and Mayweather was on, as much as I knew how good Mayweather was, I couldn't help it. After a few weeks of people screaming in my face that McGregor is the next coming, I was like, oh, he might have a chance here. But deep down in my heart, I knew he had no fucking chance. So I'm wondering if I'm looking at Ngannou now and seeing him standing there with a fucking geezer throwing a medicine ball at him and he's not moving. And I've seen him in that Fury fight where we don't know if Fury was, unprepared or whatnot. I don't know if I'm getting caught up in everything and thinking Ngannou's got more of a chance than I would normally give him or what. But all in all, it has caught me up a little bit because I'm thinking Ngannou might be a bit of an immovable object here.
I just feel, look, you're totally right, but I feel like the element of surprise is gone. And he was doing things in there as well, like his overhand right, his backhand Ngannou's looked very amateurish. It wasn't really set up with too many jabs. Any success he had was when he was throwing with Fury, or he was trying to catch counter Fury, because his hands are quicker than everyone thought. Right, he's a big lump, and you're thinking he's going to be a bit of a plodder and just move around the ring. But he's got really quick hands. But you got to think Joshua's been in there with Usyk twice, didn't get stopped.
Yeah,
you know, Andy Ruiz stopped him. Who's got much quicker hands than Ngannou. So it's not like Joshua doesn't know how to deal with this style. People would go, well, Ruiz knocked him out. He was beating Ruiz until he got that shot on the temple. And then obviously the rest was history. But in terms of him dealing with people with quick hands, he's been there, Joshua, like the Usyk fights I just mentioned.
I'm not talking about the quick hands, though. I'm talking about Joshua hasn't been in there with anyone who he's been hitting clean on the chin and don't fucking move.
Yeah.
Name one person he's been in there with like that.
Let me say
that might be the case.
Joshua,
I don't know.
Anthony Joshua hits a lot harder than Tyson Fury, and Anthony Joshua's straight punches, the textbook 1-2,
it's the best on the planet, Fury's. John, in the heavyweight division, in my opinion. The 1-2 down the pipe.
Yeah, so I'll be impressed if Ngannou can stand up to those punches. But this is the question: does Anthony Joshua really sit down and follow through on those punches? Because if you do that, it's fraught with danger. Yeah. If you look at the fight against Helenius, against Franklin, he wasn't sitting down on every punch. It was like a calculated, systematic sort of breakdown, and the fights were going late. So that's, to me, it's obvious what he's going to do. That's 100%. That's what Ben Davidson's told him to do. Systematically, just poke the bear, break him down, and then either stop him later or win him points. Doesn't need to take silly risks in this fight.
It might be a tale of two halves, mightn't it? He might go in there the first half, Joshua, box and move, feel him out, and then once he knows he can hit at will, then he might pile on the pressure in the last 5 rounds and absolutely try and get him out of there.
Yeah.
That's what
I mean, look,
you may see. I think he's going to be very sheepish the first few rounds because it's like, I don't have a fucking clue what I've got in front of me here. Is he going to be immovable? Can he actually box really, really well? And we don't know because blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Look, he was switching a lot in the Fury fight. Ngannou was switching a lot, but his switches were very subtle. So what that does, it allows him to be difficult to read offensively, but defensively, he's still quite square on. So I feel like for Joshua, he's quite tailor-made. And Joshua is not just a fighter that is first to the punch always. He's a really good counter puncher as well. You know, that slip right hand shot that David Haye knocked a lot of people out with. Joshua throws that really, really well. So I can see him sort of throwing out sort of a few feints, getting Ngannou to bite on something, slip, and it overcomes the right hand. And when Ngannou feels that power, he ain't going to be coming forward in the same way that he did against Fury. He just won't be unless he's stupid.
He fucking might. He might
do.
He might.
He might
know.
But he might. There was times in that Fury fight where there multiple times in the Fury fight where Fury's back was up against the ropes. Yeah. It's like Ngannou had him up against the ropes.
Fury thought he could move him around, John, and you can't move that big unit around. Fury's done that to everyone.
Will it go on to...
Like, you know, when he leans on people,
around the ring,
tries to move them up around the ropes and drains their energy. He couldn't do that.
Well, let me add to that then, because this is something I wanted to get to, right? So in terms of the clinch, right, which is a massively important part of boxing, right? Fury is amazing in the clinch. He knows exactly where he is all the time when he's in the clinch. And obviously he uses his size and he just knows how to grab his opponent. Usyk, master in the clinch, right? Anthony Joshua, not his best fucking strength, in my opinion. I don't like that guy in the clinch. You need to, when you're fighting someone like Ngannou that carries that power, that's willing to throw, I don't care, I'll be wide open, I'm going to throw. I was looking at some of his knockouts in the UFC, that Arlovski and that Overeem. Both of those fighters threw from out of distance, fell in. They didn't know where the fuck they were when they were in, right? Maybe it's because they're UFC fighters, not used to it. Both of them got cleaned out. And that's the thing. If you want to step in that pocket to Ngannou, you better know what you're holding, the contours of that man's body, and be in the right fucking position. Because if you ain't, he's going to knock you the fuck out. And Anthony Joshua, he's not really good. Even when he got rocked by Andy Ruiz, everyone's screaming, hold him, hold him. He didn't really know how to hold him, did he? Whereas if that would have been Fury or your Usyk or some other fighters, they're better in the clinch. So in that sense, if you're Anthony Joshua and then Ngannou comes at you, couple of little steps, comes in with a high guard, goes to throw something, whether he hits or misses, he comes into you, it's fraught with fucking danger. Because now you ain't got a question. You're in a clinch with a geezer. It's going to happen.
I'm so fucking excited. I can't believe how my fucking tune has changed since the Fury fight. I was like, leave. I almost got to a point where I didn't really want to watch it, but it was on the undercard. It was Fabio Wardy, wasn't it? So I wanted to watch it for that. I was always going to watch it, don't get me wrong, but I was thinking this is just going to be a gimmick and it's going to make Fury look amazing and everything. But I'm just all over this. And again, like, you can't overlook the fact that the first time Joshua gets in there with someone bigger than him, stronger than him, bigger head. His fucking head is massive in Ngannou. I tell you what, I don't know if it could be. I don't know if it can be moved. But yeah, you're right. His whole anatomy, and you know, I mean, I don't think the body shots are going to hurt him at all. It's just that clock on the face that we don't know if he can take that or not. Really. So
look at Joe Joyce though. No one thought.
Yeah, but he fought
this is a different human being. This is a different human being. Look, as much as I love Joe Joyce, you train Joe Joyce over 5 years to become an MMA fighter. He's not going to be what Ngannou is he? And Ngannou is a million times, not a million times, but Ngannou just is a lot stronger than Joe naturally. Yeah, it's a different breed of human being for me.
So what we got then? Early prediction. Well, not early predictions. This is our prediction.
Ngannou, round one. No, I've got to go Joshua decision. Yeah.
Johnny B?
I'm expecting him to outbox him and just, you know, he should make it look easy, really. He should.
Okay, so I think that I've actually put my bet on. I've done my treble, all right? So this is part of it, all right? So I think Anthony Joshua is actually going to stop him. I do. I think he's going to get to him. I think he's going to stop him. I think that he's going to systematically have that jab in his face and he's just going to keep moving him, keep turning him. And eventually, I just don't know. Like, if you look at Anthony Joshua's arms, they're the size of a man's leg. Like, that ramrod jab and that fucking 1-2 down the pipe, he's going to connect with Ngannou. He's going to connect with him clean. And he's a great counter-puncher, Anthony Joshua. And I think that once we get down the back end of this fight, I don't care how fucking tough you are, you can't take those bombs. And it might even be one of them ones where we're looking at it like, someone needs to fucking stop this. That's what it might be. Or don't get me wrong, it's only 10 rounds. He might be able to get to the 10th, but I've done my bet. So it's, Anthony Joshua by stoppage.
Right.
Fucking hell. You better write this date down. This is the date that I actually agree with Johnny B. Write it down, the time, the date. I honestly believe Ngannou will get exposed in this fight. I think this is where he gets exposed for what he is, which is an MMA fighter. Now you're mixing it with the elite, someone who's trained properly for you, put a proper game plan in with a good coach and not pissed around like Tyson Fury done, coming overweight and just a bit of a shambles and fucking trying to hold and all that. I think this is a different kettle of fish. And I think in a lot of ways, Ngannou is made for Joshua because you're going to see a lot of the attacks coming. You can't just rely on throwing at the same time Joshua throws and catch countering and all that. I think, there'll be a lot of traps set in there, you know, and he's going to pay the price. I think the backhand down the pipe is the shot that's going to cause a lot of the damage, and I feel the same. I think he's going to pick him apart and stop him in the late rounds. And I think he's just got much better fundamentals than Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. I know that's going to cause a little bit of fucking people listening going, what are you talking about?
No,
Fury's one of the greatest fighters. What I mean by what I'm saying there is technically he doesn't give a lot away. When fighters like that, they've got a good high guard, Olympic pedigree and all that, they're up, they've got, chin chucked in.
Oh, that's what in one-dimensional orthodox sort of textbook motion, but in terms of
but I'm talking about
boxing ability,
I'm talking about
defensively.
Defensively. If the fucking shit hits the fan, so a fighter like that technically is very sound. I'm talking
about. How about when he gets one across the top of his head and it scrambles him?
Someone like Fury, I agree, he's got more tools in the arsenal, right? When he's on fire, when he's not, and he comes in half cooked like he did, he'll look terrible. He'll look fucking worse than the technical fighter I just explained to you. Do you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. Like some of the
can't fight that way, that languid, fluid style, making someone look, trying to embarrass people. If you're not on top of your game, you get found out. So, yeah.
But Ngannou in that gloves are off, he said he found that spot that made Tyson Fury uncomfortable. And when Tyson Fury throws that 1-2, it does fuck all. And the geezer keeps coming forward and he keeps... Let me finish. And he keeps pushing him forward and he puts his... You just said to me, fucking let you finish, and you interrupted me. So then, you know what I mean? He just wants to land his point no matter what's coming back. So, but he throws that 1-2. It does fuck all. And Ngannou just walks him back. And then all we're seeing is Fury with his back on the ropes, right? So what happens with Anthony Joshua, throws that 1-2, it don't do fuck all. And then he keeps pushing Anthony Joshua. And he finds that spot in Anthony Joshua. It makes him feel uncomfortable. And all of a sudden there's a few little clinches
Joshua's got better footwork than you think, mate. He's not just a fucking plodder. You're making him sound, Joshua, sound like a plodder there. That's ridiculous.
I agree with you, Kai. I would say that Joshua has got better technique, better power than Fury. But Fury's got what the absolute kings of the game have got in any sport. It's in their head. So if the fight's going one way, he knows how to turn it around into his own favour. It's all in his head. He's a very clever boxer. He's a cleverer boxer than
IQ.
Boxing IQ wise, better than Joshua. But Joshua, I think you can't deny he's got better jab, a faster jab. He's got a better 1-2, much more power.
Fundamentals.
And just fundamentals are there.
He hasn't got better feet than Tyson Fury right now.
It depends on what Tyson Fury you get, John. If you get the one against Ngannou,
if you get the one against, we're arguing Tyson Fury v Joshua.
How about the best Tyson Fury? If you get the Klitschko Tyson Fury, then yeah. But if you get the latest Tyson Fury, his feet ain't moving that much.
If you get the Otto Wallin Tyson Fury, that ain't better than Joshua's feet. He was all over the place, fucking losing the fight. He only pulled it back.
He's more of a standard trade fighter now,
No,
anyway.
No. He got his eye cut and then he won fucking about 8 rounds on the bounce towards the end at Tyson Fury.
His style up.
Yeah, because he can make adjustments
enough to do that fight. But I'm saying, look, I'll say it one more time because maybe your brain don't register this information, right? If the Tyson Fury's on his game, there isn't too many that will beat him.
Oh, yeah. Well, we could all say that.
No, but I'm just saying when fighters are not quite at it, you can always revert to those fundamentals. High guard, jab cross, move around the ring. Do you know what I mean? You can always revert to that being defensively sound.
What, did he? Okay, so did Anthony Joshua revert? Wait. Let me answer. Did Tyson Fury revert? Did Anthony Joshua revert to that when he got scrambled by Andy Ruiz? No. Yeah, so was Tyson Fury against Ngannou, and then he wins the fight. It's what I'm saying.
They weren't the same scrambling, John. You know that.
Why not? What about when he got scrambled against Wilder then? You've got short memories, obviously.
He's got a better chin. He's got a better chin. He takes a punch better.
Takes a punch better. That's a different conversation.
No. And then all of a sudden you rely on your fundamentals after you get scrambled to get up and get yourself for a round.
Box for toffee. Is that what we're talking about?
Against what? It doesn't matter. Whoever. You got to give me receipts. It doesn't matter.
You can't go whoever.
Doesn't matter.
Receipts. Huh? Ridiculous argument.
All right.
Anyway, by the way, I picked out.
We actually agreed with each other.
You've agreed with each other for the first time. And then had your fucking biggest tiff as well.
All right. Yeah, let me just quickly say this as well. That Ben Davison and Lee Wiley, they said to Anthony Joshua, how many times you watched the Ngannou-Tyson Fury fight? He went over 35 times. That's exactly what I want to hear from a fucking professional. When I listen to fighters and they go, I've never seen the opponent fight, I can't get my head around that. So the fact that, Ben Davison, Anthony Joshua, there seems to be good things happening over there. They've watched that fight 35 times. That leads me to believe, they're going to set a
I watched the interview with Ben Davison last night. I've changed my tune. I'm his biggest fan now. He's absolutely switched me completely. Oh, mate, I was hanging on every word he was saying. I loved it. That interview with Adam Cattrall. I thought he was the man. I've changed my tune completely. And I think he found that. You know that Lee? I think he found that Lee on Twitter. That Lee had, I think he said he had a channel and he was dissecting fights and whatnot. And then Ben said,
"Fucking hell,
let's work together." Yeah,
maybe we might
lucky
get a call
bastard.
one day.
Lucky bastard. He's about to earn fucking 20 million over the next fucking 5 years. If this carries on. Right, okay, let's move on, shall we? So we've just nipped that in the bud there. Me, Joshua, decision, because I think Ngannou may be an immovable object. However, I wouldn't. I'm not flip flopping. I'm just saying that it wouldn't surprise me as well if Ngannou got to the point where they had to pull him out. Kaya and Johnny, stoppage. Okay, Parker versus Zhang.